NX. This is Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. And before we go any further, if you haven't done so, please go down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button. You'll be doing me a big favor, and I will be very thankful for it. Getting on a little later tonight because with the trade deadline being at 6 o'clock, the Tigers pulled off a couple of last minute, and I mean literally last minute deals that I was waiting on. Quite frankly, I thought they were all done after they traded Chafin after the game today, but I'd say it was a disappointing day for Scott Harris and the Tigers all the way around. Losing today to the Guardians like they did, and then having things turn out the way they did at the trade deadline. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So let's start out with this. Time Out Overtime is sponsored in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet at M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. If it's time for a new-to-you vehicle, let the sales professionals at Beck's help you choose the right vehicle. New or pre-owned, Beck's has a top selection in the tri-state area with over 200 vehicles in stock. Stop by and see for yourself, and when you're ready, ask for Russ McMorty, Chris Hodis, Danny Smith, Adam Schaefer, Blake Bryant, Cameron Mitziel, Bob Flynn, or Peyton Lucas. And when it comes time to service that new-to-you vehicle, let the service pros at Beck's fix it. Any make, any model, Ford or domestic, Beck's can fix it. And if you have a bit of a crunch or fender bender, Beck's Body Shop can put it back together just as good as new. So for all your automotive needs, look no further than Frank Beck Chevrolet at M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville at 517-849-2886 or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck difference. And in just a few minutes, as I have been doing recently, I will be reminding you of a very special event which will be going on in the not too distant future, the way the days are going by now at Frank Beck Chevrolet, as we honor our area's first responders. So hang on, just a couple minutes, I'll be telling you all about that. Let's get the Lion news out of the way first. It was not a good day in Allen Park because early in practice this morning, John Comiskey got his leg rolled up on. He was carted off the field. It did not look good. And as it turned out, it was not. He's got a torn MCL and gone for the season. The best case scenario is he could make it back for the playoffs. But you're sorry to hear that about anybody. And the second day they've got pads on and this happened. So I would expect that the Lions to go out and check the waiver wire, maybe see if they can bring someone in to replace him. But obviously this early in camp, they got a lot of bodies. So that's too bad. Tough break. John Comiskey out for the season. Best case scenario is he'll be back for the playoffs. And we wish him a speedy recovery and the best of luck. Dan Campbell, I think in one of his first press conferences, hang on just a second here, folks. In one of his initial press conferences when camp got underway, said that he thought that DJ Reader, the defensive tackle that they signed from the Cincinnati Bengals, who suffered a torn quad last season that did not require surgery, he felt like he's not going to be practicing much. He certainly won't see him in any preseason games. Felt like he would be ready for the start of the regular season on Sunday night, September the 8th at Ford Field against the Rams. Apparently, Reader told a reporter from MLive yesterday he's not sure he's going to be ready. Sounded like maybe it was 50-50. That from DJ Reader. Reader has not missed many games over his career. He's been very durable. This is his second torn quad that he's had to come back from. It did not require surgery. So, a little disconcerting, I think. Disappointing. I was looking for him to form a pretty good tandem down there in the middle with Lee McNeil, but we'll see. That doesn't mean he won't be ready, and not a guarantee that it will be either. So he may or may not be ready for the start of the season on September the 8th. In case you missed it, the Lions did extend Taylor Decker. Yesterday, that news came out. This is his final year. His current contract, they gave him a 3-year extension for about $60 million. So he will be with them through the 2027 season. He signed through that. He got a little more than $31 million of that guaranteed. So I'm happy for Taylor Decker and his family. Lions have now taken care of both of their bookend tackles, Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. I did mention Lee McNeil. This failed to mention that this is the last year of his current contract. And from what Brad Holmes said yesterday in an interview on a flagship station, the next contract to get done or the next in line sounds like it's Lee McNeil. So it wouldn't surprise me if at some time in the not too distant future they come up with an announcement that they've got a Lee McNeil extended as well. In the words of Brad Holmes, we take care of our own. And the Lions have been doing that. So, the Lions early next week will be headed to New Jersey for a series of joint practices with the New York Giants. And by the way, you're in for a shock next. The game is on, 9 days away. It'll be televised Thursday night, 9 days away. That's a week from Thursday, I believe 8 o'clock on the Lions preseason network. Brian Dable is no longer the Pillsbury Doughboy. This man is unrecognizable. He's lost a lot of weight. And it's been a complete transformation with him, almost like Mike Pompeo, the former Secretary of State for Donald Trump. I think he lost more than 100 pounds. These guys don't look the same. But, Brian Dable, for whatever reason, you can't call him the Pillsbury Doughboy anymore. He lost a lot of weight. Anyway, as I said, the Lions will be in New Jersey next week for several joint practices with the Giants. The Giants were here last year. The Lions are returning the favor going there this year. They'll be there next week for a series of joint practices, which will culminate in the first preseason game next Thursday night against the Giants. Is that all we're going to say about the Lions? Oh, a couple of not maybe so surprises. A wide receiver to keep your eye on. Free agent wide receiver by the name of Doris Fountain, Fountain. Campbell, Dan Campbell singled him out as somebody who has stood out at camp right now. Big guy, I think he's about 6'2", goes about 210. And so far, he is, in Dan Campbell's words, he has been very impressive. So we look forward to seeing him in preseason. I don't know a whole lot about him. I haven't done a lot of work on him. I couldn't tell you where he went to school. All I know is that he's been very impressive in camp so far, and he's caught Dan Campbell's eye. Remember the name, Doris Fountain. On the other side of the ball on defense, Levi Onwuzurike has had a sensational camp up to this point. He's got to remember his rookie season, he did not play well. Come to find out, he didn't play well because he had a bad back. Second season, he had back surgery. Last year, he was recovering from back surgery. This year, he looks just about ready to go. He's gained some weight, and He looks fit. He's been, I guess he's been in a sensational camp. They're just raving about him right now. And couldn't be happier for him. The back surgery is not easy to come back from, especially when you're playing a position like that. So, now, Brad Holmes yesterday, just raving about him. And everybody's happy for him, pulling for him. And keep your eye on him. I believe he wears number 94. I think he does. You won't see him in preseason, of course. You won't see any Raiders in preseason, but somebody to watch, keep an eye on, pulling for him. Could be a breakout season for Levi Onwuzurike. No, I think you've got you all caught up on the Lions. Yeah, that's about it. I want to tell you before we get into what the Tigers did today, and it was not good. I'll tell you about a very special event. When we're done here, as soon as we're done here, if you haven't done so yet, go to your calendar and put a big circle around Saturday, September the 14th. Very special day, at Frank Beck Chevrolet as they celebrate their 9th annual salute to first responders. This year, there will be a special tribute to the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Department for all the obvious reasons. Be a great day for the kids. Bring the kids, let them get up close to emergency vehicles, meet police and firefighters, play games and more. Enjoy a free lunch. Pardon me, sign up for prizes as we celebrate the area's first responders. Plus, there will also be a poker run as well. So don't forget, folks, that's Saturday, September the 14th, from 10 to 2 at Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. And on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck difference. Again, bring the kids. There'll be a great family outing that day at Frank Beck Chevrolet. You get a free lunch, games, get up close to emergency vehicles. You get to talk to policemen and firemen. The kids will love it, and you will too. Be a great day for everybody. A very fun family event. Saturday, September the 14th, Frank Beck Chevrolet. You better be there. I'll see you there. Make sure you stop by and say hi to me too. But anyway, I'll see you. Frank Beck Chevrolet, Saturday, September the 14th. Remember that. Tigers made 3 trades today after the game, the stinker of a game that they lost to the Guardians. Was it 5-0? I think the final score was 5-0. Before we talk about that, though, a couple of other things that came to mind here. Comcast and Ballet have finally reached an agreement after a 3-month hiatus. So, starting Thursday, August the 1st, if you have Comcast, the Tigers will be back on Ballet. Whoopee ding. Who wants to watch this now? This crap. I don't. I'm glad they got it settled before basketball and hockey season started. Like fair was, we wouldn't see the Wings or the Pistons this year. But anyway, it's a done deal. There is some confusion depending on what kind of package you have. The last 3 months, some people have gotten an $8 or $9 credit on every bill. Some have not. Yeah, like I said, there is some confusion. I don't know a whole lot about it, but apparently it just depends on what kind of package you've got. And I can't promise you now that there's been an agreement that your bill's not going to go up either. So my guess is that it will be. The Tigers traded Andrew Chafin to Texas. Then at the last minute, they finally traded Jack Flaherty to the Dodgers and Mark Canha to the Giants. We'll start with the Canha trade. They got nothing in return for Mark Canha. They got a pitcher by the name of Eric Silva. He's in the Giants AA system right now. He's got an ERA in the mid-5s. Nothing burger. the fact that Scott Harris came from the Giants, I no doubt he has some familiarity with this guy. This is nothing to get excited about. We wish Mark Canha the best of luck. He had a good first 6 weeks here, but he really hadn't done much lately. And hey, Mark Canha is a journeyman ball player. You know, what more can you say about Mark Canha? We wish him the best of luck with the Giants. He was signed for 1 year. I think he'll also be a free agent after this season. So that's so much for Mark Canha. Chafin, they got a couple of right-handed pitchers. Chase Lee, a relief pitcher. Not bad. He got an ERA about 1.5. And Joseph Montalvo, Mantalvo, the 27th ranked player in the Rangers organization. He is a starting pitcher with an ERA a little less than 3. That for Mark Chafin. But for me, the most disconcerting thing or transaction made today by Scott Harris, he appeared to have overplayed his hand when it came to Jack Flaherty. About noon on Monday, or was it late Sunday? Maybe it was late Sunday. It was late Sunday. About noon on Sunday, the Tigers announced that he won't be starting on Monday night. They rescheduled him to start Thursday, August 1st. He's not here anymore anyway, but you knew when they did that there's a reason for it. Tigers gave us some double talk reason or something. AJ Hinch, I don't even remember what he said, what his reasoning for doing this was, but Flaherty sounded rather disgusted when a reporter asked him about it. He said, I don't think about it. I just pitch when they tell me to. That's all he said. Anyway, they traded him today to the Dodgers. And in return, they got a couple of prospects. Thaden Lorenzo, Laranzo, Thaden Lorenzo, 21-year-old catcher / shortstop out of the Dominican Republic. He's currently playing with the High A Great Lakes Loons right now. He's batting 220, 7 home runs in 74 games. Like I said, for High A Great Lakes. He does have some flaws in his game. The other player, Trey Sweeney, a shortstop. He is the 22nd ranked prospect in the Dodgers organization. Lorenzo is apparently the 8th ranked prospect. Look, from what Evan Petzold of the Free Press writes, and I'll read this to you verbatim because I want you to hear what he had to say. Evan Petzold is the beat writer, Tiger beat writer for the Free Press. Apparently, the Astros approached the Tigers over the weekend in regard to Jack Flaherty. And when it became apparent that they were asking way too much, they turned their attention to the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays ended up trading them Usei Kikuchi. This guy, Kikuchi, couldn't even carry Flaherty's bags for him. His career he's pretty much done. He's a journeyman pitcher. He's been around a while. He's a Japanese pitcher. But in return, the Blue Jays got 3 top 20 prospects from the Astros organization. 3 top 20 prospects. I'm assuming the Tigers got the same offer, and that maybe they were demanding more than this. Here's what Evan Petzold of the Free Press writes about this. I want you to hear it. The Tigers and Dodgers agreed to the deal just before Tuesday's 6 p.m. trade deadline. In return, the Tigers acquired catcher first baseman Ron Lorenzo and shortstop Trey Sweeney from the Dodgers. It's considered an underwhelming return for the Tigers relative to what other deals for starting pitchers at the trade deadline went for. Lorenzo ranks as the Dodgers' 8th prospect according to MLB Pipeline, while Sweeney ranks at number 22 on the top 30 list. Flaherty has a 2.95 ERA with 19 walks, 130 strikeouts. He received 2 injections in his lower back for back pain, forcing him to miss a couple of starts. Lorenzo, again, 21-year-old, who signed for $30,000 out of the Dominican in 2021. As I said, he's hitting 220, 7 home runs. Petzold also goes on to write, he may never be able to reach his full potential because of flaws in his game. As a switch hitter, Lorenzo is significantly better from the left side of the plate, so much so that he could benefit from giving up right-handed hitting. He makes healthy swing decisions, but his swing and miss issues, he has swing and miss issues, especially from the right side, though he hits the ball hard from the left side. He also struggles against high velocity pitches on the inside part of the plate. On defense, he struggles with blocking and framing. That's not good for a catcher. But he does have a strong arm. Sweeney, 24, is hitting 255 with 13 home runs, 44 walks, 118 strikeouts across 96 games for AAA Oklahoma City. He was the 20th overall pick by the Yankees in 2021, but the Yankees traded him to the Dodgers in December of last year. This is the second year in a row. Yeah, he got a deal done. But as Petzold points out here, when I see what the Marlins got from the Orioles, they got a couple of prospects for the Marlins traded a pitcher. I'm not doing any good to tell you what his name is, other than to tell you that his ERA was in the high 4s. They traded him to the Orioles, and they got 2 prospects. If the Tigers had gotten these guys, they could play tomorrow night at Comerica Park. It looks to me, and then again, as I say, what the Blue Jays got for Usai Kikuchi, it simply looks to me like, once again, as he did last year, Scott Harris dropped the ball on this one, folks. If I had to give him a grade so far as the president of baseball operations in about the 24 months that he's been in Detroit, I'd probably give him a D-. He just hasn't been very good at all the first 2 years at the trade deadline. And again, to me, it is very disconcerting. I don't know. Now, if they make Flaherty, well, they can't make Flaherty any offer now. He's gone. But what they intend to do is Google. If he's still here next year, no doubt he'll be the opening day pitcher next March 27th at Dodger Stadium when they open the season next season. I'm very disappointed in what he's done. I'm just glad this trade deadline is come and gone, so we don't have to hear any more about it. But I'm very disappointed as a Tiger fan what they got for Jack Flaherty. I thought they should have gotten a lot more. The Blue Jays did. The Marlins did. We didn't. And maybe that's why the Tigers are always going to be rebuilding. I don't know. Very disappointing as a Tiger fan. That's going to do it for Raul. Don't forget the Timeout Show every Saturday morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM with Andy Brown. And I will talk to you again if I have a voice on Thursday. So till then, remember, treat each other with respect and have a